Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to So Much to Talk About. My name is Nabaté Isles, and it is always my pleasure every week to share viewpoints and facts on the world of sports, as well as bring in wonderful guests. This week is definitely no different. I'd like to present this gentleman who will be a future world champion. He's one of the top contenders in the light heavyweight division.
Number 7.
Number 7. That's right, number 7 in the world, definitely. And he had an impressive knockout victory over the legendary Chris Byrd. Because Chris Byrd, even though Chris Byrd isn't like one of the greatest heavyweight champions of all time, but pound for pound, he's a legend.
Two-time heavyweight champion, certified Hall of Famer.
That's right. Being a small guy fighting
the bigger guys, beating the best. Vitaly Klitschko, David Tua.
Absolutely.
Great. He's a talent. He's an incredible talent. Yes, he is.
And this gentleman took care of him for sure. And I'd like to my pleasure to introduce one of the good guys of boxing as well, Mr. Shaun George, on So Much to Talk About.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on.
Thanks for having me here, man. I appreciate it.
Definitely pleasure. And I wanted, just to talk about, you were a 5-1 underdog against Chris Byrd, which I will say straight up, I picked you to win that fight.
Right.
I really did, because I know Chris Byrd having to come down, all the way down, like he lost around 25 pounds, and then, what happened to Roy Jones, I knew the same thing was going to happen. Speed, being fast and being defensively, savvy, so I knew that would give Byrd trouble. He has trouble with other boxers. So tell us about how much you felt you had to prove to make a point.
It was opportunity knocking. Chris Byrd, he's a 2-time heavyweight champion, like we said earlier. I was a big underdog going into the fight. This was the first time I actually went away to training camp for this fight. 2 months. Tommy Brooks came up with a great game plan. Lou Duva, he gave some great advice. But I'm a competitive guy. You know what I mean? When you say I can't do something, I'm willing to step up to the plate and show you guys that I'm going to do it. I'm more like a product of determination. You know what I mean? And that's what it comes down to.
Right. That's what's up. And that's what's up. I wanted to ask you about that. I was on ESPN2 as well. So by making that statement,
everybody's watching.
Everybody
was tuning in to see what Chris Byrd is going to do. Believe it or not, a lot of people. I was 5-1 underdog. A lot of people didn't pick me to win. It was a Chris Byrd show. ESPN wasn't promoting me at all. Like up to the night of the fight, they ain't talk about me. They didn't say anything about me throughout the whole press. When everybody was talking about Chris Byrd, Roy Jones Jr., Glenn Johnson, Chad Dawson, Antonio Tarver. Well, Antonio Tarver, he knew what was up. We was working down in Tampa. No, seriously, he's good people. Like surprisingly, like I can honestly say, before I met the man,
you would think the ego would be like
the ego was over the place. I didn't like him. Honestly, like he comes off very arrogant, and but he's one of the nicest guys I ever met. Like him and his team. He's a really genuine guy. What he says he does, and it was good. It was good work. He helped me out a lot going into the Chris Byrd fight.
Wow, that's amazing.
Honestly.
And I wanted to say a quote that the legendary Hall of Fame trainer, manager Lou Duva said about you. He said, "I compare him to Evander Holyfield. Shaun George has the heart, punching power, world-class boxing ability. All of that I saw in Evander Holyfield when he was young. Shaun George reminds me a lot of him." I mean, talk about like how special it is to have have someone like a Lou Duva, as well as Tommy Brooks, your trainer. Have so much confidence.
They have a wealth of experience. There's a lot of experience there. Like Lou Duva, he's been around. I seen a picture in his office the other day, and it was a picture with him and Sugar Ray Robinson.
Goodness.
Like, think about that. You know what I mean? He had black hair. like seriously. You understand what I'm saying? It's like and anywhere from Sugar Ray Robinson, he had pictures with Muhammad Ali. He had pictures with Rocky Marciano. He's been around legends.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they've been around boxing that long. You know what I mean? He has to know a little bit something about boxing, so that's like a tremendous compliment coming from him.
Wow.
Tommy Brooks, he's been around the best. Trained Mike Tyson. He trained
Evander
Holyfield, Porno Whitaker, Charles Murray. He's been around the block.
Underrated.
Yeah, underrated. The list goes on. Like seriously, I'm like the guy, amount of champions, he had Klitschko at one time too.
Right.
You know, so like coming from these guys, right now, me and Tommy, when we first started working together, we wasn't clicking.
Okay.
You know, like
So what was that? What was that? Just
I'm stubborn. You know, I could admit that. You know, I'm a stubborn guy, and I have a lot of natural ability. You know, so Tommy would tell me something, and I would like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, and just go do whatever I want to do, because I had so much natural ability. But as of lately, for like the past year and a half, me and Tommy been clicking. Like he's telling me to do something, and I'm soaking it in. Like, okay, he's telling me to jab. If I don't believe it, I'm going to jab and try it out. You know what I mean? Like, because all my natural ability and his experience coming through, he's a master coming up with game plans. You know what I mean? He's a master getting me in condition. You know what I mean? Right now, I think Tommy's the best trainer in the world, hands down. Like, and I feel like I took him for granted the last few years. You know what I mean? So I apologize to him. You know what I mean? And I apologize because I'm sometimes stubborn. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, I'm a real nice guy if you meet me or anything like that. But when you come to boxing, I feel like I could do anything I want and get away with it, but not listen to anything. And you know what? I paid the price, and I paid the price one time when I fought Matt Godfrey, and you know what I mean. And ever since then, it's just been like progress, getting better and better on myself, and it was a humbling experience.
Wow,
you know?
and we're gonna talk about that
later for sure.